Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Pay double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who taught us this truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right. So I got this article on my other phone. I'm going to read real quick. All right. Because Russia don't care about that shit. All right. Russia don't care about no sanctions, no tariffs. They don't care about none of that shit. All right. And the scriptures say they don't care about it. But real quick, it says Trump gives Putin ultimatum as Russian drones breach NATO territory with explosives. All right. How the fuck is NATO just being breached like this now, man? What's going on with all these breaches? How the fuck these rockets and shit getting here? Like, wasn't it just some rockets or some shit found under somebody's house? All right, a couple months back. How is the security of the world just being breached now? All right, this is the Lord breaching shit, breaking shit. The Lord said he was going to break this place. All right, he was going to break this system. He was going to break this beast. All right, and this bitch. It says Trump gives Putin ultimatum as Russian drones breach NATO territory with explosives. It says days ahead of the U.S. preparing harsh new sanctions tied to the war in Ukraine, Russian Vladimir Putin, whether intentionally or just carelessly, has tested the political will of NATO's collective defense guarantee, Article 5, all right? And the truth of the matter is, the Lord is doing this, okay? The Lord will have it so won't nothing work. And that's how it is, man. When the Lord come to visit you, when the Lord's judgment is upon you, okay, won't nothing you do work. Okay, it'll all be for naught. The scriptures talk about how their missiles in the book of Joel talk about how they won't even they won't bump into each other. Okay, if some big missile try to shoot at it, it's going through that bitch and it's gonna go until it hits its target, man. All right, it says, I'm gonna read it again. It says days ahead of the U.S. preparing harsh new sanctions tied to the war in Ukraine, Russian Vladimir Putin, whether intentionally or just carelessly, all right, and I believe it was both. I believe he intentionally did it, and he was like, hey, well, let's just try it. Let's just see if it works. And it's fucked up, but yeah, both. It says has tested the political will. Let's look at will. All right. It says will expressing the future tense, expressing inevitable events. It says expressing desire, consent, or willingness, expressing facts about ability or capacity. All right. So this devil is testing. He's testing you, man. Okay. And America ain't doing shit. He's poking at this entire system, man. But real quick, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Okay, because when that day come, these devils they don't care about no sanctions, man. You can sanction them till they. You can sanction till there ain't no more sanctions. Okay, he's an Edomite as well. They're Edomites as well. They just like you. Okay, but you know what? My mom used to tell me when I was little. She used to always say, "It's always somebody better." All right, there's always somebody just like you, but worse. Right? He'll lie like you, but worse. Okay. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes." Okay, and the scripture says that the Lord mustereth the host of the battle. All right, there is no making America great again, man. And furthermore, when this place was great was when Jake was was in slavery, man. For all you voters, all right, all you Israelites that go out there and vote, mainly you women, you bitches do the most. Y'all the most in church. Y'all the most motherfuckers that vote. Y'all lie the most, cheat the most, you get fired the most. Y'all everything. Y'all the most hated. Okay? Y'all have aborted the most babies. Right? But yeah, the Lord said he mustereth the host of the battle, man. All right. The Lord is a man of war. But it says, going back to this article, it says in recent days, drones launched from the Russian aligned state of Belarus have pierced Lithuanian airspace, Slovakia, drawing alarms from the region's political and military leaders. Right. Y'all supposed to be so big and bad, man. Y'all supposed to be so faux extra. Right? You know how faux extra was being big bad bully? Talking about what he was pounding out and this, that, and the third. Just like America. All right. It says drawing alarms from the region's political and military leaders. One drone traversed approximately 100 kilometers, loitering anonymously or omnipously over Vilnius, carrying 2 kilograms of explosives. So this devil wants a war, man. Okay? Trump wants his NWO. All right? Trump trying to get he trying to put the C hip in you. All right? But Vladimir Putin, they want war, man. This ain't because it ain't gonna work. That's why the scriptures say, soon as he starts to eat, roughly paraphrasing, soon as he start to fill his belly, man. But it says one drone traversed approximately 100 kilometers, loitering omnipously, Slovakia, over Vilnius, carrying 2 kilograms of explosives and ultimately crashed inside a military training zone. All right. So you got this, you got people moving their subs. All right. You got China. All these nations are against America. The scriptures tell us matter of fact, let me just get it. How they're gonna shoot they're gonna set themselves in array, man. All right. This is Jeremiah 50 In verse 14, it says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord," man. So all of these nations that are under the bricks, that are guarded by the bear, all right, let me get that real quick. Salakia. Ezekiel 38:7, it says, "Be thou," here, let's back up. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 4. It says, "And I will turn," here, let's back up one more. All right. Ezekiel 38:3, it says, "And say, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." All right. So the Lord is against Russia as well, man. All right. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords," man. All right. These devils got swords falling out the sky on them. All right. In the military area, showing you that he own it. All right. Russia want that smoke. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Okay. And you see these African nations, they're with BRICS. They're with Vladimir Putin, man. All right. Vladimir Putin supports them. You see, Iran is with Vladimir Putin, man. All right. Russia bags these smaller countries, man. It says Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. It says, "Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself." Right. These devils been preparing. All right. America thought that uh, Russia was just through. All right. That's not the case, man. The scripture says that the Lord was going to put hooks in his jaws, man. He was going to turn him back into that cold-hearted killing machine. It says, "Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." All right. "After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them," right? Because this is the end. All right. After this, it is Jacob's kingdom, man. All right. The scripture says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. All right. A kingdom with all righteousness. All right. Here, I'm gonna jump to the point that I wanted. This is the book of Ezekiel 38:10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought," right? This devil gonna get to the point where he's just gonna be like, "Fuck it, let's just shoot one," right? Let's just shoot one of them nukes. Let's see what they do, because they been doing all this hollering, all this barking, right? He didn't bit everybody else, but he ain't bit me yet. He ain't came over, so he done bruised up everybody else. He done put paws on everybody else. But every time it's time to come over here about me, he act like a bitch. Oh, you a bully, bitch. We on your ass. Here, shoot one of them things off at him. Let's see. Right? It says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates, man. All right. And that's America. America ain't got no wall around it. It's just a huge ass island, somewhat connected to another piece of land up top. Ain't no wall around it or nothing. It says to take a spoil. Okay, yeah, but that was no, that wasn't the point. I wanted to let's see. All right, this is Ezekiel 38. Hold up. Oh man, what the hell? What the hell? So like, yeah, this is Jeremiah 50 and 14. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon." All right, which is America. All right, and Babylon is full of confusion, man. All right, it says, "Round about all ye that bend the bow, all ye that have those rockets, whatever kind of rockets you got. Okay, whether you got them nuke rockets." And that's what Russia is there to do. Russia is there. Hey, what you got? You okay? Look, let's what you woo. I'm gonna bring one of my boys over here. They're gonna show you how to woo woo and woo. And then you know what I'm saying. You give me a couple of woo. We gonna woo. Right? Whatever rockets you got, we're gonna make it like this. We're gonna make it better. All right. The scripture says that they were gonna beat their. Let's get that. Well, let me finish this. Salakia. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her. Spare no arrow, for she have sinned against the Lord." Man. All right. So that's what you see. That's what you see taking place. You see Russia uh, pushing this. He's pushing for war. All right. That's what he wants. That's what the Lord wants.